Today we are talk about Mariana Trench. The Mariana Trench or Marianas Trench is located in the western Pacific Ocean about 200 kilometers, 124 miles east of the Mariana Islands. It is the deepest oceanic trench on Earth. It is crescent-shaped and measures about 2,550 kilometers, 1,580 miles in length and 69 kilometers, 43 miles in width. The maximum known depth is 10,984 meters, 36,037 feet, plus or minus 25 meters, 82 feet, 6.825 miles, at the southern end of a small slot-shaped valley in its flow known as the Challenger Deep. However, some unrepeated measurements place the deepest portion at 11,034 meters, 36,201 feet. If Mount Everest were placed into the trench at this point, its peak would still be underwater by more than 2 kilometers, 1.2 miles. At the bottom of the trench, the water column above exerts a pressure of 1086 bars, 15,750 psi, more than 1071 times the standard atmospheric pressure at sea level. At this pressure, the density of water is increased by 4.96%. The temperature at the bottom is 1 to 4 degrees Celsius, 34 to 39 degrees Fahrenheit. In 2009, the Marianas Trench was established as a United States national monument. Monothelemi have been found in the trench by Scripps Institution of Oceanography researchers at a record depth of 10.6 kilometers, 6.6 miles below the sea surface. Data has also suggested that microbial life forms thrive within the trench. The reason why it's Mariana. The Mariana Trench is named after the nearby Mariana Islands, which are named Las Marianas in honor of Spanish Queen Mariana of Austria, widow of Philip IV of Spain. The islands are part of the island arc that is formed on an overriding plate called the Mariana Plate, also named for the islands, on the western side of the trench. Physical structure and sustenance. The Mariana Trench is part of the Isobonon-Mariana subduction system that forms the boundary between two tectonic plates. In this system, the western edge of one plate, the Pacific Plate, is subducted beneath the smaller Mariana Plate that lies to the west. Crustal material at the western edge of the Pacific Plate is some of the oldest oceanic crust on Earth, up to 170 million years old, and is therefore cooler and denser, hence its great height difference relative to the higher riding, and younger, Mariana Plate. The deepest area at the plate boundary is the Mariana Trench proper. The movement of the Pacific and Mariana Plates is also indirectly responsible for the formation of the Mariana Islands. These volcanic islands are caused by flux melting of the upper mantle due to the release of water that is trapped in minerals of the subducted portion of the Pacific Plate. Research and analysis. The trench was first sounded during the Challenger expedition in 1875, using a weighted rope, which recorded a depth of 8,184 meters, 26,850 feet. In 1877, a map was published called Depth Map of the Great Ocean by Petermann, which showed a Challenger Deep at the location of that sounding. In 1899, USS Nero, a converted collier, recorded a depth of 9,636 meters, 31,614 feet. In 1951, Challenger 2 surveyed the trench using echo sounding, a much more precise and vastly easier way to measure depth than the sounding equipment and drag lines used in the original expedition. During this survey, the deepest part of the trench was recorded when the Challenger 2 measured a depth of 10,900 meters, 35,760 feet. In 1957, the Soviet vessel Vityaz reported a depth of 11,034 meters, 36,201 feet, at a location dubbed the Mariana Hollow. In 1962, the surface ship MV Spencer F. Baird recorded a maximum depth of 10,915 meters, 35,810 feet, using precision depth gauges. In 1984, the Japanese survey vessel Takuyo collected data from the Mariana Trench using a narrow, multi-beam echo sounder. It reported a maximum depth of 10,924 meters, 35,840 feet, also reported as 10,920 meters, 35,830 feet, plus or minus 10 meters, 33 feet. Remotely operated vehicle KAIKO reached the deepest area of the Mariana Trench and made the deepest diving record of 10,911 meters, 35,797 feet, on the 24th of March 1995. During surveys carried out between 1997 and 2001, a spot was found along the Mariana Trench that had depth similar to that of the Challenger Deep, possibly even deeper. It was discovered while scientists from the Hawaii Institute of Geophysics and Planetology were completing a survey around Guam. They used a sonar mapping system towed behind the research ship to conduct the survey. This new spot was named the HMRG, Hawaii Mapping Research Group Deep, after the group of scientists who discovered it. On the 1st of June 2009, mapping aboard the RV Kilo Mona indicated a spot with a depth of 10,971 meters, 35,994 feet. The sonar mapping of the Challenger Deep was possible by its Simrad EM120 sonar multibeam bathymetry system for deep water. The sonar system uses phase and amplitude bottom detection, with an accuracy of better than 0.2% of water depth across the entire swath, implying that the depth figure is accurate to plus or minus 22 meters, 72 feet. In 2011, it was announced at the American Geophysical Union fall meeting that a U.S. Navy hydrographic ship equipped with a multibeam echosonder conducted a survey which mapped the entire trench to 100 meters, 330 feet, resolution. The mapping revealed the existence of 4 rocky outcrops thought to be former seamounts. The Mariana Trench is a site chosen by researchers at Washington University and the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution in 2012 for a seismic survey to investigate the subsurface water cycle. Using both ocean bottom seismometers and hydrophones, the scientists are able to map structures as deep as 97 kilometers, 60 miles, beneath the surface. Downwards. The Bathyscaphe Heat Trieste, designed by Auguste Piccard, the first manned vehicle to reach the bottom of the Mariana Trench. 4 manned descents and 3 unmanned descents have been achieved. The first was the manned descent by Swiss-designed, Italian-built, United States Navy-owned Bathyscaphe Heat Trieste, which reached the bottom at 1:06 p.m. on the 23rd of January 1960, with Don Walsh and Jacques Piccard on board. Iron shot was used for ballast, with gasoline for buoyancy. The onboard systems indicated a depth of 11,521 meters, 37,799 feet, but this was later revised to 10,916 meters, 35,814 feet. The depth was estimated from a conversion of pressure measured and calculations based on the water density from sea surface to seabed. This was followed by the unmanned ROVs Caco in 1996 and Nereus in 2009. The first 3 expeditions directly measured very similar depths of 10,902 to 10,916 meters, 35,768 to 35,814 feet. The fourth was made by Canadian film director James Cameron in 2012. On the 26th of March, he reached the bottom of the Mariana Trench in the submersible vessel Deep-Sea Challenger, diving to a depth of 10,908 meters, 35,787 feet. In July 2015, members of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, Oregon State University, and the Coast Guard submerged a hydrophone into the deepest part of the Mariana Trench, the Challenger Deep, never having deployed one past a mile. The titanium-shelled hydrophone was designed to withstand the immense pressure 7 miles under. Although researchers were unable to retrieve the hydrophone until November, the data capacity was full within the first 23 days. After months of analyzing the sounds, the experts were surprised to pick up natural sounds like earthquakes, a typhoon and baleen whales along with man-made sounds such as boats. Due to the mission's success, the researchers announced plans to deploy a second hydrophone in 2017 for an extended period of time. Victor Vescovo achieved a new record descent to 10,927 meters, 35,853 feet, using the DSV limiting factor, a Triton 36,000 halves model, manufactured by Florida-based Triton submarines. He dived again in May 2019 and became the first person to dive the Challenger Deep twice. In May 2020, a joint project between the Russian shipbuilders, scientific teams of the Russian Academy of Sciences with the support of Russian Foundation for Advanced Research Projects and the Pacific Fleet submerged an autonomous underwater vehicle, Vityaz, to the bottom of the Mariana Trench at a depth of 10,028 meters. Vityaz is the first underwater vehicle, AUV, to operate autonomously at the extreme depths of the Mariana Trench. The duration of the mission, excluding diving and surfacing, was more than 3 hours. Possible of nuclear disposal site. Like other oceanic trenches, the Mariana Trench has been proposed as a site for nuclear waste disposal in 1972, in the hope that tectonic plate subduction occurring at the site might eventually push the nuclear waste deep into the Earth's mantle, the second layer of the Earth. However, ocean dumping of nuclear waste is prohibited by international law. Furthermore, plate subduction zones are associated with very large megathrust earthquakes, the effects of which are unpredictable for the safety of long-term disposal of nuclear wastes within the hadopelagic ecosystem. Origin of life. The expedition conducted in 1960 claimed to have observed, with great surprise because of the high pressure, large creatures living at the bottom, such as a flatfish about 30 cm, 12-inch, long, and shrimp. According to Pickard, the bottom appeared light and clear, a waste of firm diatomaceous ooze. Many marine biologists are now skeptical of the supposed sighting of the flatfish, and it is suggested that the creature may instead have been a sea cucumber. During the second expedition, the unmanned vehicle CACO collected mud samples from the seabed. Tiny organisms were found to be living in those samples. In July 2011, a research expedition deployed untethered landers, called dropcams, equipped with digital video cameras and lights to explore this region of the deep sea. Amongst many other living organisms, some gigantic single-celled amoebas with a size of more than 10 cm, 4-inch, belonging to the class of Monothelemi were observed. Monothelemi are noteworthy for their size, their extreme abundance on the seafloor and their role as hosts for a variety of organisms. In December 2014, a new species of snailfish was discovered at a depth of 8,145 meters, 26,722 feet, breaking the previous record for the deepest living fish seen on video. During the 2014 expedition, several new species were filmed, including huge amphipods known as supergiants. Deep-sea gigantism is the process where species grow larger than their shallow water relatives. In May 2017, an unidentified type of snailfish was filmed at a depth of 8,178 meters, 26,800 feet. Environmental pollution. In 2016, a research expedition looked at the chemical makeup of crustacean scavengers collected from the range of 7,841–10,250 meters within the trench. Within these organisms, the researchers found extremely elevated concentrations of PCBs, a chemical toxin banned for its environmental harm in the 1970s, concentrated at all depths within the sediment of the trench. Further research has found that amphipods also ingest microplastics, with 100% of amphipods having at least one piece of synthetic material in their stomachs. In 2019, Victor Vescovo reported finding a plastic bag and candy wrappers at the bottom of the trench. That year, Scientific American also reported that carbon-14 from nuclear bomb testing has been found in the bodies of aquatic animals found in the trench. That's it, our topics today. Join with Terraformers always. Daily one very interesting famous topics will share with you. Please like, comment, share your friend and family. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.